Mic check. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. I'm SM Sith Lord. This is the bi-weekly web world building stream now here on twitch.tv/Somnium Space. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, it will be a different URL. I'm currently in the Twitch chat. I'll be jumping into the YouTube chat in a moment, but I just want to get rolling here before I spend time jumping into chats. And today we're going to be building something that's going to be have a lot of glowing mushrooms and cool trees in it. It's going to be like a forest scene. It's going to be a little spooky, maybe a little Halloween themed, even though maybe it's not October yet, but it's right around the corner. And some skulls, perhaps something like this. Now, I went to Sketchfab earlier, and I was just looking around for downloadable models that were licensed a proper way, so I could use them in this this demonstration here. So I just searched and I checked the little box for downloadable. As long as it was CC attribution, or if it was CC0 or something like that, then you're good to use it. There's a lot of free models, and some of them you have to pay for. So as long as you follow the licensing, you can use them. And I am going to use them to demonstrate building this awesome forest scene. And I'm pretty excited about this. It's going to be kind of a little bit based on what I was doing on Monday in the Web World build stream, but taking it to a visual level. Oh, also, for the lighting in this, I'm going to have some glowing lights coming from the mushrooms and everything. I'm also going to have an animated bone flying around the scene, sending light everywhere. Okay, so let's just, I'm going to click play and show y'all where we left off on the web world on Monday. Monday was really a big demonstration day. I was walking through, starting from scratch, step by step and all that. So I made like this little soccer ball thing that you can kick around. Now, see these pillars here? These pillars here could be trees. And when you see a light moving through the pillars, it looks awesome. But I want the light to automatically move through the pillars, kind of like it's doing right now, how the ball's rolling away. I want the light to be moving through the pillars and casting these cool shadows all by itself. So I'm going to make an animation with a bone that moves around like that and attach the light to it. That way it animates for everybody, and it's always moving, and it's you don't have to worry about kicking the ball around. And also these pillars are going to be trees instead of being pillars. I might have to do some tricks with the shadow casting, and if the leaves get in the way of casting nice shadows. We'll see how the shadows work there, but big deal here is going to be shadows, glowing lights. Let's get to it. I went and I downloaded these models earlier. Now, if you click download model from Sketchfab, you see you get all these different formats. FBX, USDZ, GLB. Those are good formats. No OBJ. Interesting. It shows the original format on top, then you get the other ones. And you get the FBXs for... Oh, my hand is turning into the energy ball there. You get the FBXs to put into the Web Worlds SDK here. I have the Web Worlds SDK loaded up here. I'm going to end up deleting most of what I made here, but I'm not going to delete it right off the bat. Let's get some assets in here. Let's check out these downloads of the forest. Wait, no, let's start with a mushroom. A glowing mushroom. .zip. What's this looking like? Okay, so we got the FBX over here, and it doesn't have its textures baked into it. That's a little unfortunate. And here are the textures. Oh, there's only a couple textures to go with it though, so maybe it's all good. If the textures were there with it, would it work? It wouldn't. Okay, so because the textures weren't baked into this FBX, I am going to have to rebuild the material. Not too big of a deal. Let me drop this into, let's be organized. I'm going to right click on the root here and do new asset and create a folder. A folder's an asset. And I'm going to name this folder magical creepy woods. Magical creepy woods, okay? That's the name of our web world that we're starting today. Now, I don't know if I'll finish it today, but we're definitely going to get pretty far thanks to all these pre-made assets. And it's going to look awesome. So let's get going with that. Drag and drop the FBX into here. It's going to automatically create a folder for this FBX inside of Magical Creepy Woods. And we'll notice that it made a material, but it did not apply any textures images to it. Here's a couple texture images. I'm not going to worry about optimization right now. I'll just use whatever the original asset was used. These are actually game assets. They were made for game assets. So I know that they're not going to be too insane with the resolution and stuff. And you read the descriptions, you check out the triangle count, the vertex count to try to get a feel for if it's a game asset or not, or because some things are made for not real-time rendering. Games are real-time rendered, so they have to be optimized. But on Sketchfab, if you click the little model inspector here, scroll down, you click wireframe. There, you can tell by looking at this that it is made that it would run well. It would run good in a game, run well in a game, because it's not super heavy and it doesn't have a million polygons all clumped up in certain places or anything like that. So when you see a model where somebody spent the time to make it optimized like that with geometry, usually the textures are pretty sane resolutions also. Now for web, you might want to optimize beyond that. So maybe I'll come in and make this 1024 mushroom texture 512, but optimization, we're going to save that. Not till the end, but not right in the beginning either. You can't put it off all the way to the end because then it's difficult to do with the optimization, but don't want to do it too early because you don't want to optimize assets that you end up not using. So let's use this asset. We're going to drop in the template, drag and drop the template from the Asset Explorer into the scene. There it is. It's a tiny mushroom. Play canvas, where the Somnium Worlds SDK is here. This is play canvas. It runs in meters. Meters is its default unit of measurement. Well, this thing got shrunk down a bunch. Now it's too big. I'm just going to manually shrink it to a size that I like. How about something like that? Okay. Let's first let's add a light into here. So we were talking about optimization, and when you're building something and you're targeting like web browsers, you should be thinking of optimization, because if you optimize it enough, it will work in mobile devices. You'll be able to visit your web world in Quest and kick into VR mode or AR mode as long as you're optimized enough. So also, you just want to run on mobile phones and stuff too. So always keep that in mind when you're targeting web. Now, you don't need to. You could just target desktop on web. That works as well. I like to think about the mobile people though. Lots of mobile people out there. Okay, there's just a light right there. I need to get the material on this. Okay, so what I did is I clicked on the mushroom, and then it gave me, it selected it on the hierarchy on the left, and it also showed its details on the right. Here's the entity name. It gives me the parametric boxes to type in values for the transform, position, rotation, scale. Then it's got components. If you've used Unity, you're probably familiar with things like components. You add the renderer component on here. It's got all these settings on it, and it has a material, and I'm going to edit the material. So I click the material. Now I'm editing the material. It's selected the material in the Asset Explorer down here. There was nothing in the scene hierarchy for it to select, but it selected them in the Asset Explorer. I have a diffuse and emission map. Diffuse and emissive. So we're going to drag and drop the diffuse into the diffuse slot, emission into the emission slot. Awesome. Now our mushroom will glow even if it's dark. But we're going to add a light in there, and it will be cool. Okay, our light. Let's make our light cast shadows. Okay. And we'll move our light around some. Yeah, something like that. Okay, we can't have too many lights that cast shadows. So I'm actually going to make this light not cast a shadow. Let's just refresh our test scene and see how our mushroom's looking. Once we start getting visual here, it'll be funner. Okay. We got one mushroom. I could be more amazed, but let's get the other assets in there and start building a forest here. What's a forest without trees? Let's get some trees. Stylized vegetation set. Extract this asset. It's prepared in the same way. So I'll drag and drop the FBX into here. It's uploading and creating something for me. This is a 40 megabyte asset that I'm dragging and dropping and uploading here. So have a little patience. This is probably a good time to talk about optimization and basis compression and those kind of good things. When you build a web world and you're doing it in Play Canvas here using the Web Worlds SDK, you upload textures and I think I can click over here and talk about this. It won't disturb my upload. This texture here, it takes up 483 kilobytes of memory. I'm going to talk about nerdy optimization stuff again. This is like the size of the file that needs to transfer for somebody to download this texture. It's actually smaller than that when it's gzipped, but that's still a big file. And it would need to be decompressed and it wouldn't be this big. You can go down here to basis compression and you click basis compression and you click compress basis with some settings here, but usually the default settings are correct. And now it shows you that it compressed it to 77 kilobytes from almost 500 kilobytes. And the VRAM usage, it compresses also, even though VRAM looks high there, when you compare it to if you just loaded it without being basis compressed, it's actually compressed there also. So you have the benefit of all these cool compression things. Underneath the hood, Play Canvas is using GLB to do all the 3D models and stuff. So lots of good compression and optimization. Built right into the editor here as you're making the world. Okay, I uploaded something that had a ton of stuff in it. So when I drag and drop this template in it, I'm going to refresh. So the editor got a little laggy on me. I'm going to refresh, and it's actually not going to be laggy. It's just a bug with the editor sometimes when you drop huge files into it. But we're fine now that I refreshed. And I'll go to my creepy woods vegetation. We're going to drag and drop the vegetation template into the scene. And it's going to be massive. Maybe not massive in size. Whoa, it's actually correctly scaled in size. Wonderful. But it's massive in that it has a huge hierarchy and lots of different trees in it. We're going to instance these things out into my scene here. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to start looking awesome a lot faster now. I'm going to need to fix some of these textures though. So let's go straight to it. Oh, I like the names that they have on these. Let's start with the bush. We're going to copy the bush. And paste it in over here into my first web world. Now it's a huge bush. The scale is weird because the source asset that it came from was not using meters as unit of measurement. but that's okay. I can scale things here. Here's my bush. I'm going to make it a little bigger, and then I'm going to fix the alpha channel on it, because the alpha channel, it should be there, but it's not showing up. So, clicked on the model, clicked on the leaves, and now I'm modifying the material, and I'm going to opacity, and I'm saying, hey, give me an alpha. Give me an alpha. Probably from the same thing that's giving my diffuse. Jeez. Yellow. Okay. Drag and drop that texture into there, and I'm going to tell it to use the alpha channel. There we go. Wonderful. I'm going to check this box that says alpha to coverage. What alpha coverage does is it makes it so it gives it higher quality alpha channels, basically. And you need that to make vegetation look good. Okay, let's make this a little bigger. We'll throw it over here next to the bush, or the mushroom. Go over here and refresh. While this is refreshing, I'll start jumping into the YouTube chat. Slowly. Oh, I can see the bush from here. It looks good. Let's push the little ball over there, because this ball casts shadows. Let's push it over there and see what the shadow of the bush looks like. See, the shadow of the bush doesn't look right. It looks like it's not casting shadows the way that we want. Let's see if we can adjust that. What would adjust that? There we go. We turn on the alpha test. That allows the shadows through. Good. Now that's nice. I feel like I can make coffee right now while this is happening. Okay, I'll resist that urge. I do want to make some coffee. Maybe the next huge asset. The next time I upload an asset and it ends up to be huge, I'll make some coffee. But I gotta be prepared. Okay, we got the cool mushrooms and all that. We got a couple trees. Let's extract these other trees. Okay, these assets are going to take a little while to upload, maybe 2 or 3 more minutes. I'm going to make the fastest cup of coffee known to man, known to God, known to glowing-eyed Raiden, gods of thunder. Wait, that's Thor. I'll be right back making some coffee while this uploads. Oh, things were going so well, but then the coffee mission took a turn for the worse. We still got 5 textures left to upload before I could put this amazing scene in here. And this scene is the core of what this is going to be. I'm probably going to remove all the stuff I made in 3ds Max here yesterday when I was demoing that, and replace it with this pre-made asset. I got 3 textures, 2 textures. Oh, here it comes. Okay. Exciting. The lag should be ending now. Template, rock asset, rock set. Put it into my first. There it is. Oh yeah, okay. All this stuff I'm actually going to hide now. Right now. Focus on this thing. Cool. The textures I'm not seeing on here. Why not? Let's get them on there. Diffuse for the rock ground. Okay, how about these cliffs? Let's get these cliffs fixed up. Where's my diffuse? There you go. We also got an AO. We have a normal and a roughness. Detail rocks, okay, that's easier. AO, normal, rebuilding the materials here. Now, you can avoid this step. When you export your model, if you're using pre-made assets, you can't really, unless you're going to import it into your own program and export it from Blender or something the way that you like. But for things that you're preparing in 3ds Max or things you're preparing in Blender, you can avoid the step of having to rebuild the materials by exporting the materials bundled into your FBX all into one thing. Then it actually imports the specular and all that in with it. It supports physical materials for the most part. Not everything in a physical material, but a lot of the stuff in the physical material will map over to what the materials are here. Here we go, rock, arch. I was looking for that. Normals. Okay, this look pretty good here. Let's adjust some stuff. Do I have... I'm going to have to clean up my hierarchy pretty soon. I got a lot of unneeded things in here. Directional light. Okay, that's what I was looking for. My directional light. let's rotate it a little bit. Cool. Okay. Now I need to make this thing collide. My rock floor. I'm going to add physics collision, physics rigid body. The collision. I have to define. Primitive collisions like this box that I'm setting up are more optimized during runtime than using an asset like a mesh collider, but you can use mesh colliders. You should use primitives when you can help it though. I think that we're good. Let me move some of the stuff like the spawn point over. So you spawn where I want you to spawn. Where did I put my spawn points, I wonder? Spawn points. There, that's a good thing to call them. They're right at the top. Okay, I have a bunch of different spawn points here, so you don't always spawn in the exact same place. I'll position this over here. Maybe we'll still use the couch and this thing. Probably not, but I'll just move them over here instead of deleting them for now. These are the things I did for the demo. On Monday. Oh, look. Oh, that's so nice. The lighting is so nice. It's so nice. We're going to need another one of those. Okay. Let's try it out. Refresh. My scene is highly unoptimized at this point, and it will remain highly unoptimized for a while because, like I said earlier, you don't want to optimize all the assets that you end up not using. Like I changed direction here and switched to using this big rock asset. So if I would have spent all the time optimizing the other model, it would have been wasted time. So I should have optimized what I ran out of error. I mean, I ran out of memory. What was this? Text shader. I think that I ran out of memory. Too many 4K textures is probably what this means. Let's see. Now I'm actually going to just try to avoid running out of memory instead of optimizing the textures at this step. Because I still don't want to optimize the stuff until the end if I can help it. So, if I can test in Ultra 4K... Nope, what is this? Something ain't happening. Ooh, maybe it's the camera. Maybe there's a camera somewhere in here. You know what? I might need to launch my relaunch my browser, perhaps. All those 4K textures. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. So to help me on my texture memory problem, here's what I'm going to do. play canvas here. This has the ability to defer loading materials until they're used, and I need to do that. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to sort all these textures. Okay. Actually, all of the textures, the materials, the rendered. I'm going to sort by type here. Okay. And all of the materials, the renders. I'm going to uncheck the box that says preload. All of these. For the rocks, I'm going to do the same. Even though it's probably going to end up loading all these anyways. And I'm only doing this so I can avoid that texture memory while I'm testing here. I'm still going to have to optimize, but hopefully this could let me get through the design phase here. Having 16 4K textures isn't feasible. There we go. Let's enable this and see if we're okay. Hey, okay, let's refresh and see if we're still okay. All right. We're getting there. I'll probably have to lower the resolution of those things sooner rather than later because I'm about to add even more stuff to my scene here. So let's do it. I had a couple more models that I did download. Oh, the spooky trees! The spooky trees! We haven't even used those yet. These babies right here. These are good. They're gonna have some textures. Tell me they're not 4K textures, bro. Hey, 1024? 2K? 2K? Look at all these 2K material channels. Ah. Okay, more textures that I'll have to downscale later, but I won't worry about that now. I don't even need to do the basis compression now. Basis compression would also help with texture memory consumption during runtime, because like I said earlier, it does help during runtime as well. So the optimizing stuff will be mostly another day, but it'll be downscaling textures, it'll be applying basis compression, that kind of good stuff. Template. Drag and drop the template. You can do it, drag and drop it into the scene hierarchy on the left or the 3D scene right that's actually in front. Wow. What's happening here? Pretty cool. I gotta fix the materials. There's only one material, apparently. There should be two, actually. Diffuse. This is the tree. Ooh, tree one. There's different material for each tree. Dang, this is serious. Tree. Specular. Cool. Specular. All right. I applied the wrong thing. That's not it here. I think I see what I'm doing here. It should be... Ah, there we go. Okay, and then for the specular, it should be tree 1 specular. Let's get the normals on there before I start adjusting the specular level. Tree 1, normal. Ooh, yeah! That's where it's at. See, it's a good thing I didn't mess with the specular too soon, because it turned out that I wanted that pronounced effect there. What else do I have for tree 1? That's it. Okay, how about the tree 1 branches? We got branches color, branches specular, branches normal. Opacity will probably be in the color, in the alpha channel. Yes, sir. Okay, and then we'll turn on alpha to coverage and give it a little bit of an alpha test for shadows. I believe that that looks correct. All right, let's just do that for the other 2 trees and then test it. I can't wait. No, I'm just gonna test it right now. Gotta refresh and test it right now. I need to put a spotlight right on this thing to really highlight how cool it is. And that moving light on the animation rig, hopefully I still have time to do that at the end of the stream today, although I might not get that until next time, because there's a lot of cool assets I want to bring in here and actually maybe put that that other cool thing here. So let's just finish the rest of these trees. Keep rolling. See how far we can get today. Tree 3 color, tree 3 color. How about our specular, tree 3 specular? There we go. Our normal is a tree 3 normal. Amazing, and I think we're good on tree 3. How about our tree 2? Tree 2 diffused. Tree 2 diffused. We got a specular and a tree 2 normal. And now our tree whatever over there looks amazing. Cool. Didn't even have to refresh to see how cool these changes are. Those trees are far higher detail than these trees, so I'm going to have to layer things with the high detail things in front and the lower detail things in back. But I just want to get some more assets in here that are going to really make the scene out. And those are cool. The trees are in there. Still got to downscale them some when I optimize them. We got a portal. I think the portal is the thing that I want. The fancy thing. $50 megabyte model. You know, maybe it has the textures built in. That would explain why it's 50 megabytes. Let's try it. I'm going to drag and drop this 50 megabyte model into the magical creepy woods here. And I have a hunch that because it's 50 megabytes, it's going to have all the textures bundled in. And I'm not going to have to rebuild the material. That'll be nice. That'll be nice. This is a 50 megabyte upload. I have like 1 minute to make coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, back just in time with my fresh, delicious coffee as this thing finishes transferring. I'm seeing materials. I'm seeing textures. It's still processing the textures, but this is looking good. Looking like I'm not going to have to rebuild the materials. A 20 megabyte PNG. So when I get around to the optimization phase, that 20 megabyte PNG is going to have to come down some. Okay, I think it's all done processing, and I can drag and drop my template object portal into my web world. Oh, wow. Nice. This is a lot larger than I expected. And look, it looks perfect right away. That's what I'm talking about. You pack your stuff into your FBX, and you don't have to rebuild the materials. I'm going to modify this some. Awesome. Now I'll mention something about the model hierarchy here. If you're importing stuff, pre-made assets from Sketchfab or something, obviously you don't have too much control over what the hierarchy is. But if you are making something in Blender, in Unity, in somewhere else, and you're going to export it as an FBX yourself, you can control which objects are individually selectable like this with your hierarchy. And you don't want to bloat the hierarchy, because then it's hard for the level designer to do stuff with it in Play Canvas there. So you kind of just want to use it like a grouping mechanism. Like, hey, will people want to, adjust my chair again here, will people want to individually select a certain part of my model and move it around? If the answer is yes, just make sure that it has its own node in the hierarchy. I was able to clone an individual tree there instead of cloning the whole cluster because of the hierarchy stuff that I just mentioned. Did this thing get its emissive map applied? It did. Doesn't seem too emissive. There we go. I summon the stone. Okay, looking good. I need to get some layers going on here. I'm torn here between these trees. I think I need to actually make my whole scene a little bit longer. That'll be the answer to my problems. Then I won't be torn between what to do with those trees. There we go. And then these really nice trees can be along the walkway between the arch and the place they're going. Okay, I'm starting to get that whole clearing in the woods feel. That's good, that's good. Okay, I could import more cliff models, or I could try to reuse what I got here. I'm going to try to reuse what I got here. And I think it's going to be rather easy because of the hierarchy stuff. See this cluster of rocks? It's going to be too easy. I'm not even going to use that cluster. What other cluster do we have? We got a thinner cluster. Maybe I will use that cluster? Use this one. Clone this thing and put it over here. But stretch it like that. Hey. Now we're starting to box the player in. It's not what a player wants to hear, but it's what a game dev wants to hear. We have a play area. That line is killing me. Okay. I can't see the line anymore. We're looking good. I wanted a pathway into a clearing. I'm starting to get some of that. I do need more of the actual foliage back there, but I have a really cool foliage set to be dropping back there that'll add some color. And in fact, I got such a cool foliage set that I'm going to want to make sure and have room to put it in there. So let's push this back a little bit. These two things, I guess we'll just scale them to be bigger. No good. Let's try something else. That's better. Okay, let's add some fog. I think we're ready for a little fog. I think it's going to be kind of pinkish fog. We're going to add fog in the... Catch it up on the chat here. Okay. Caught up. It's in the rendering. You go to settings, go to rendering, and then you go to fog. And fog we're going to want to have, how about some exponential pinkish haze. Oh, it's too much fog. How about exponential? How does it look there? Woohoo! I think that's too much. There we go. That's a nice little haze. We can cast it over it. The animated light is going to be real good. I am going to have to wait to put the animated light until the end. That way I know the path that I want it to fly around. And so I need to have most of the rest of the level straightened out before then. But we're looking pretty good here. Let's move these trees around, try to get some more foliage in this scene. And I'm probably going to import a centerpiece model, like one of those skulls or something. jack-o'-lantern. There's 500,000 triangles. There's too many triangles on this one. Okay, can't use that one. Too many triangles. How about this one? This one is 20,000 triangles. That's manageable. Oh, yes, this is the one. I got a good feeling about this one. This is a centerpiece if I've ever seen one. Throws his head up in there. Okay, let's upload him and make him work. First, I downloaded him already. I'll go over here, I'll unzip him. He's only a 2 megabyte FBX, which means that his materials are probably not bundled. His mesh and animation should all be in there though, and then I'll have to rebuild his material separately, which unfortunately looks like it's multiple objects. But hey, his materials are in there, just not the textures, so that's better than not. Okay, we're rounding an hour and 30 into this build stream. It's sad because, you know, it's stopping at 2 hours is sad, but it's okay. We're going to pick back up in another 2 hours. But here's why it's sad. I got to switch gears pretty soon and switch gears into adding colliders and stuff to this and optimizing it to the point so I could like upload it this weekend and we could check it out come Monday. Maybe I should save that, and after Monday I should upload it actually, because then I could finish the build and then do the optimization stuff at the end of Monday and upload. Yeah, so I'll probably hold on to this until Monday so that I don't have to switch gears right now and I can keep doing the art stuff. So I'll have some really cool screenshots, but we won't be able to actually visit it until I finish it up enough with the colliders and that kind of stuff. Okay, template 11. Okay, drop this guy into, not just in the scene, into where I want him in the hierarchy. Okay, here. I'm gonna delete all my old crap that I don't need anymore. Okay, because this is going really well. That is really, really cool. This guy is colored almost the correct colors, even though he doesn't have his materials. The author of this model is going the extra mile. Go and give him some materials. Ooh, cool. Okay, so he's all skinned onto one mesh. So I'm looking at the hierarchy over here. He's got a complex skeleton. I don't need to worry about his skeleton. His meshes are his pitchfork and his body. His body has 4 materials. His pitchfork has 1 material. I can do this. It's a Unix system. I know this. This material called A is missing some stuff, but thankfully the materials, the textures themselves are called A. Albedo is another word for diffuse. Play canvas here was automatically able to determine the normal, but the roughness and metallic it couldn't. So let's do that. That's in specular. Use metalness. We got a metallic map. And we have a glossiness map, which is like roughness. Cool. Okay. We're looking good. We're looking good. Let's go back to this model here. How about material B? What do we need here? Material B, we have albedo. And for here we have metallic with a metal map and a roughness. Cool. What else do we got? For A2 we have, didn't I just assign A2? That was B2. Did I assign the wrong stuff? No, we're good. Now we're on A2. And for A2 we have, I guess, the same stuff that A used. A albedo, specular is metallic, and we are a metallic and a roughness. Yeah, it looks right. And then we have B, which we'll use B, I suppose. Yep. Oh, there's an opacity on B that I forgot to assign. B albedo. Oh, wow. Wow. The emissive map applied itself there. Specular. So this is B. Use metal. B metallic. Cool. And B roughness. Cool. Okay. B also had an opacity. Where's the opacity at? Opacity, yeah. Okay, opacity over here. Oh no, what did I do? Opacity goes over here. And this is alpha, and we're gonna use the A. No, we're gonna use the red channel, because that's the opacity map. Okay. But I also needed that to this B over here. Almost ready to move on to the pitchfork. We got alpha using the red of the opacity. Okay. The pitchfork. Pitchfork is already done, isn't it? Oh, they got all this weapon material stuff that's not used. I don't understand. This is for the pitchfork. The pitchfork is supposed to have like emissive stuff on it and everything. Yeah. There's the normal. Did everything but the roughness. Okay, looking good, looking good. The metallic, though, I need to apply the metallic. Specular, specular. Okay, we need a metallic. And we have a roughness. No, we have a metallic. Oh, and we have a roughness. Okay, now everything's used. Except for the animation. Oh, dude, it's about to go next level here. Let me position him a little bit where I want him, though. This guy, we'll call him 11. We'll rotate him around. I don't know how huge I want this guy. I might want him to be massively huge. I mean, massively huge. He is the guardian of walking through this little pathway over here, perhaps. That's too huge, though. Because I don't have anything on the other end of that pathway anyways right now. Okay, we're gonna make this guy animate. How do you make stuff animate? Well, you first add a component, and the component is animation. Animation. It's a little complex how you add animation because you could do a lot of complex things with the animation system here now. You could add animation legacy, and that might be easier to work with, but I'm just gonna go ahead and make a state graph. This is why it's complex. I have to make an animation state graph. And you click New Asset, Animation State Graph. Now I got an animation state graph. And now I'm going to assign it to my animation thing here. So I'm going to drag and drop it from here to over there. Now it wants me to add an initial state animation to it. And I'll take this one and put it over there. Let me just take a look at my animation here. That looks fine. It loops, it plays one animation. It should be good. So when I go in here to test the thing, I'll refresh. I should see the monster standing over there doing the animation. Obviously. And there he is, man. There he is. Okay, that looks good. I want a giant moon. I want a giant moon. Let's look over here. Is there a moon model? I want the actual moon, and I want it to be low poly. Low poly moon. What do we got? Hey, this one looks pretty low poly. Maybe. Maybe it's just loading in the LODs. 6K triangles for a moon? For a moon? How many triangles are you? 50K triangles for a moon? I could use a sprite instead of that. Okay, maybe my hopes of finding a spooky moon. Well, here's 4K. I might be able to do 4K for a moon. For now, we're not to the optimization step. Wait, is this the same one I looked at earlier? 15K. Look how optimized this sphere is. It's only 15K. Okay, 4K. CC attribution. Ooh, okay, there is no FBX. I guess we're just going to download the... Let's see if Play Canvas has USDZ support. Probably not. I think FBX is the only thing that the browser is going to just support out of the box. So I could download that moon, or I could just keep looking around for another moon that is under 4K and in FBX. There's 5,000 triangles. So it's not downloadable. So it's 16,000 triangles. We're gonna just download this moon in DAE and convert it. No problem. Let's convert this moon. Gotta be careful with my time here. Ooh, I'm not running over. I started late. Okay, I do still have like 20 minutes. All right. Not so pressed as I thought. Open up 3ds Max here and export this moon because I really want my moon. I also wanted some fire. Okay, I'll learn that another day. Not the dance, but the shader thing. And I'll add the fire another day, I think, because I just need to get into here. Did I start 2 instances in 3ds Max? Tell me that I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Cool. File import. The moon. Wind moon. The material isn't assigned to it. They're giving me a sphere. What's this texture look like? This texture is probably the important thing. This is a gigantic texture. Of course it's a gigantic texture. Why would I even ask that question? This is the wind moon. I can't really downscale the normal without breaking it, and do it anyways. Can't compress it either. I'm going to compress it anyways. I'll just use those two. Okay, hopefully this works when I just assign it to a sphere. I'm not going to export the sphere because it was all pointless. Let's go over here and see what happens. When I just apply these materials to a sphere. Make a new material. I'm going to call this material Wind Moon. And assign it to the object. Go over here and give it diffuse. And the normal. The normal did something to it. Hey, that's good enough moon for me. I kind of want it to be emissive too, but I won't ask for too much. I really want it to be emissive. I'll ask for that later because when the fog hits it, it's going to look pretty weird. It would be better. You know what? I'm not. I'm just going to make it happen. Let's go over here to Wind Moon. Okay, now we've got. No, that's not what I want to do. Emissive. Aha! There we go. Hey, now it's feeling like that was all worth it, seeing it in there. It's feeling like that was all worth it. I'm going to try pushing it back a little bit more, making it bigger. I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it. Look, you can see it from over here too. Yes, good. Oh, nice. Cool. I should put some trees along that ridge too if there's going to be something in the background there. Let's throw one of these lights onto our spooky man here. Maybe we'll add some spooky lighting onto the spooky man. What's spooky lighting? Well, when you make the lighting go up like this, that could be perceived as spooky. Yeah. Okay, we need to quickly get some of this foliage around here because we're wrapping up here on the time. I got 11 minutes. We're down to counting those individual minutes here. So I need to get a whole bunch of the bushes and stuff around here. I'm not going to have time to do all of the bushes that I wanted from this foliage set, but we could do something. Okay, I may take the easy road here. We can do something like this. Let's see if this crashes me to have that much stuff visible. Is this going to consume all my texture memory and make me die? It might. I mean showing all of these trees at the same time because it's a lot of textures it's going to load in. It handled it for now in the editor, but hey, okay. These trees kind of look like the same colors, man. So what's going on here? There should be some emissive or something I'm missing. Especially on this thing. Okay. Leaves red. Coverage and is that even working? Is that the right texture? What is going on? Maybe it is. Oh no, haha! There we go. That's correct. And shouldn't this be emissive? Just so weird. I just think they'll look cooler if they're emissive. I don't know. Let's tone down the emissive some there. Maybe the whole emissive thing was a bad idea. Maybe not. Okay, I can't just play with the emissive value here. I gotta make progress here. I didn't get giant mushrooms in. How is there not emissiveness on this mushroom? I mean, this would be the perfect thing for emissiveness. It's so weird. Another one over here looks good. Bush. We got magical glowing foliage around here. Maybe not that magical. Okay, how are we doing on time? 3 minutes. I don't need all of the trees in here, but I would want a good sampling of the different colored trees, so I get a good mix of fall colors, Bob Ross style in here. Mostly oranges and yellows, though. I'm going to clone a couple more of these oranges and yellows. I'm going to take this orange brush here and just dab it on the canvas all around here. Maybe this tree. This little bush is larger than the other bush. Maybe it's got a little friend over here. Right over here, that's a little smaller. This little guy is plopped down at the roots. Okay, we got some more orange going. We need yellow mixed in over here. Batch rendering is what I would need to go in and set up on these bushes to make this optimal. That'll be in the optimization step. That would allow it to render clusters of these plants in one render, in fewer render passes than it would otherwise. Okay, how about a little more over here? We need some stuff to cover up that barren area. I'm going to copy some of these pumpkins over. I'm going to turn off this physics ball for now because I got different plans for the lighting. Want to get a little white into here. Maybe that's good for now. Let's get a couple more mushrooms over there before I call it a session here. All right. Not bad. Not bad. So I turned shadow casting on. Look at the shadows hitting my avatar as I run through the shady trees. So cool. Okay, so I need to drop another light into here. Actually, I might be going to the lights. I need to get some screenshots. I'm going to figure out if I could do that without the avatar in here. I might end up having to publish this and upload it. Even though it's ridiculously high resolution with, 24K textures on there. Oh, wait, you know what? I might be able to just go over here and hide this dude to get some cool screenshots. The model, yeah. Turn off the model. There we go. Perfect. Kinda. I don't have all the cool post-processing that I'll have when I actually go to it on the parcel, but this is pretty good for some screenshots here. Maybe even a little video. Dude, I'm so happy with how this is already turning out. Damn, that looks good. Okay, super fun. Looking forward to a lot of Halloween events happening on this web parcel, wherever it lands in this web world. I'm SM Sithlord. This is the web world building stream. Be sure to tune in on Monday where I'm going to continue working on this stream, this world, most likely. And there shouldn't be too much to it. It's mostly polishing it up, filling in the empty spots, getting the terrain looking good with the pathway, adding some places for people to hang out. I'm not trying to build like an infinite world here, this is just a scene to go hang out in. So it's getting there. It's close to where it wants to go. Some higher quality fog, maybe. Some good stuff. All right, I'm going to work on getting some screenshots here. I'm going to let the stream go for now. And I'll see y'all next week. Later on.